All right. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Good morning to all over the world, and also good evening, Philippines. So, by the way, once again, I am Jay Barbo, and I'm the founder of this page, hosting the live interview with Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 finalist Benedict Q. So, without further ado, of course, I would like to introduce first my co-host our co-host guest for tonight. So he is also one of the pageant blogger. And guys, let us all welcome our co-host guest for tonight, Tito D. Hi, Tito
Hello,
D.
everyone. Hello, Jay. Good evening, and thank you for inviting me here in Pageant Friend.
Of course, it's always our pleasure na mapunta ka dito or mag-guest ka sa pageant trend. So thank you so much for accepting our invitation.
Thank you so
Okay,
much,
so
too.
all right, Tito D, babalikan kita later. So let me introduce another co-host guest. She is also a pageant blogger and the admin of Philippine Pageants. So let us all welcome Miss Jen.
Thank you so much, Jay, for the beautiful introduction. And thank you so much, then, for inviting me here to interview Mr. Benedict Yu. I'm so excited. So, yun lang.
Thank you so much for accepting our invitation, Miss Jen. So by the way, we are live at the Pageant Trend page and also to our YouTube channel. So sa mga hindi pa nakapag-subscribe and like sa aming YouTube channel, so don't forget to click the like and also the subscribe button, and please click also the notification bell para always notified kayo every time na may bago kaming video na i-upload sa aming YouTube channel. So ayan, are you guys excited to our guest for tonight?
Of
Super
course, I am excited.
excited.
So actually, nasa backstage na siya. So naghihintay na. Okay, so without further ado, guys, please help me welcome our guest for tonight. Is one of the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 finalists, and he is a fitness enthusiast and also a doctor. Wow. So let us all welcome Mr. Benedict Yu from Malaysia. Hi, Benedict.
Hello, Benedict. Welcome to Pageant
Hi,
Friend.
Hi, Ben.
uh,
Welcome to
hi
Pageant
everyone. I'm
Trend.
Benedict. Yeah, thank you. Thank you for
Okay,
inviting me to Pageant Trend.
you're welcome.
Uh,
Can you please
my name is
introduce yourself first?
Benedict. My name is Benedict, and I'm the finalist for Bachelor of Malaysia 2020. I'm 25 this year. I work as a doctor, and also I'm a fitness influencer. So, without further ado, let's get our session started.
Okay, thank you so much. So before we start our session, please like and share our live session, and also we are accepting questions from our viewers so that and also questions and also shout out sa ating mga viewers. So without further ado, let's start our first question to our guest. So I have a first question for you. So for Ben, what makes you the most proud of your home country?
I think one of the things that makes really proud of Malaysia is that Malaysia has so many kind of culture and also races. We can see like especially in Sabah here, we have this Suno, Dusun, Kadazan, Iban, all these kind of different races. Also Chinese, Malay, and also Indian. Um, Another thing is that I find it that it's a very multicultural country, which we are really open to many kind of exposure and also cultural events, and we can share among ourselves and all.
All right,
But
thank you so
I,
much. Okay, so thank you so much. So how have you been doing during this pandemic?
uh, so as you know, and I'm working as a doctor right now. So especially in this pandemic, it's quite chaotic. especially the sudden spike in cases in Sabah all of a sudden. We're actually working really hard to control this outbreak. I hope that everyone will actually play their role as well, especially the public to wear their masks, and also social distancing. It really helps to control the infection rate.
Okay. So my next question is, do you think being handsome will get you in life or get you win this pageant?
Mm, I wouldn't say that being handsome is one of the criteria to win, but actually it really depends on how you reflect your personality. Of course, your looks is one thing, but
Mhm.
importantly is your personality, is how you present yourself in front of the stage, and also those um, speaking session with the judges, and also how you present yourself out in the public.
All right. So can you share us about your preparation for this pageant?
Oh, I see. Actually, the pageant supposed to be in April, but I have
Mm-hmm.
been actually preparing since last year itself in
Mm-hmm.
November. I've been doing my catwalks and also my public speaking, and
Mm-hmm.
also how am I gonna present myself well on the stage. All these tiny, tiny little details that will add on to become a champion in the end. But because of the prolonged pandemic, actually it's actually quite beneficial to us. Actually, we have more time to prepare ourselves and also prepare for the worst in the end. But for me, I'm still practicing myself very well. Actually, I've been keeping myself in my fitness, also of my personality, and also my skincare.
Mm-hmm.
I've tried to keep everything as ready as possible so that if they announce a date, even if it's short to the competition, I'm actually prepared for it, and I'm not gonna be in panic. I'm not gonna be panicking about it.
All right. So I have heard that you were a doctor. So it's obviously that you are a successful man already. So why did you decide
Yeah.
to join this pageant?
Um, Actually, all this while I love bodybuilding. I love bodybuilding. I love competing before this. I've seen so many kind of athletes before in my life, but I feel that I'm it's lacking something. For me, as a bodybuilder or like fitness, I always think that a pageant is just something like a a beauty show, just something like for you to catwalk. But then after I met Gio, he actually
Mm-hmm.
introduced me to pageantry. He
Mm-hmm.
showed me that and explained to me that pageantry is not just about fitness or like catwalk. Actually, I find it really special and I actually put a lot of attention in it because after all, I found out that pageantry is more of a fitness and also how you display your personality. It's a really unique because in fitness or let's say bodybuilding they just flex on the stage. They don't really show their personality. Everything is reflected on the body itself, so it doesn't really reflect who you are in the end. That's why I'm interested about in pageantry because it lets me bring out all my potential within myself. And as I can see, like all the latest pageantry I've been keeping up as well, I see that their body is actually very fit as well. So, you know, and that's why I want to give it a try.
All right. Thank you so much. So let's move on to our guest bloggers. So Tito D, do you have any questions to our guest?
Yes. Benedict, you said a while ago that you are a doctor by profession. What specific
Yes.
doctor you are into? Are you into a medicine, surgeon, infectious, or what?
Oh. So because I actually graduated at 23 years old as a doctor, so I'm actually completing my final year training already. So after that, I will actually choose where I want to further my specialty in. for now, I'm really interested in aesthetic beauty. So,
Oh,
so I will actually finish up my training and also take up aesthetic courses, so I can actually start my own aesthetic clinic and also start seeing my own patients.
oh, that's great. That is cosmetic.
Yeah,
That's cosmetic surgery.
yeah, yes.
But do you think being a doctor is an advantage to win the title of the Bachelors of Malaysia 2020?
Huh. I see. Because as we know that pageantry nowadays, you need a really good confidence, especially when you speak in front of the stage. So for myself, I'm actually a very shy person before this. But then when in the progress of becoming a doctor, you have to go out to give public speeches, a lot of presentation. So from there, I think I have actually improved my public speaking, also how I present myself, and also eye contact with my audiences. So that I think that actually gave me an upper advantage, and also my knowledge as well, because I've been studying for the past 5 years, and also nonstop until now.
That's great. Yes, Jay. Do I still
So
have to
the,
continue, or you can ask another one?
okay. Let's have our guest, another guest blogger. So let's have Jen.
So my question for you, Mr. Malaysia, what is your advocacy for this pageant?
My advocacy.
Yes,
Can you address it? I don't really get the question. Sorry.
Jen.
Advocacy, like what is your something that you want to encourage people,
Oh, I see.
something like that, advocate,
Oh, okay, okay.
or you want to focus or you want to promote.
I see. For myself, I like to, you know, as a bodybuilder, I actually want to encourage more people to join this pageantry, as being an example that pageantry is not all about just catwalking or this little public speaking. Also, it's all in one package, including your fitness, your public speaking, how you present yourself, and also encourage all the younger generation that to join pageantry, so that you actually build a very good image for yourself. It gives you a path to more things and also a better future. As you get more exposure from different kind of events, and also um, meeting, and also public exposures.
Do you have follow question, Jen?
Thank you.
All right. So
Mamaya na ulit.
okay.
Later.
Thank you so much. So I have a question for you again. So what accomplishment are
Sure.
you most proud of and why?
Up to now in my life, I think that my most accomplishment that I think that is the most meaningful to me is actually becoming a doctor. Because actually, since young, when I was young, about like 9 years old, I already set myself that I want to be a doctor. And also all the kind of sacrifices I have to go through, and to study all the time, just because I want to make up for this ambition of mine. But I also think that I'm really proud that I also can maintain a fitness body, because
Mhm.
in the end, I'm able to encourage people that you can actually focus on a lot of things at once in your life. As in, you can study, also manage your fitness, and also outside activities as well, such as a pageantry. Because in the end, it's all about time management, which is one of the most important thing in life.
All
So I
right.
think I have actually managed quite well up to now.
Mhm. Okay, thank you for sharing. So what is the
Yeah.
best thing about being a doctor?
For me, I think that the satisfaction every time when you treat a person where she is really suffering from a disease, until the time that she recover, able to speak well and able to get discharged from the hospital, it really makes me really happy when I see them get well and able to smile again and walk as well.
All right. So what's the bad coming what is the bad thing about being a doctor?
Oh, as that, as a doctor, we just see it as a doctor, from the outside that a doctor is actually very nice, having a good life. But the truth is, we actually work a lot and so long hours. Like for myself, I'm really sorry that before this I couldn't get a reply, to set up a date for this pageant trend
Mm-hmm.
interview. It's because that I work from 5 a.m. all the way to 9 p.m. or 5 a.m.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes I work overnight for night shift. So it's quite tiring. And also the amount of patients we have to handle. So the workload is really a lot. But that's how we survive and we get used to it in the end.
All right. Thank you so much. So
Yeah.
can you describe yourself in 3 words?
Myself in 3 words, I would say
Yeah.
uh, smart and also confident and
Mm-hmm.
so as well as knowledgeable.
All right. Thank you so much. Next question. What do you wish would be socially acceptable for men to do that is not currently not considered manly?
Pardon, I didn't get your question.
What do you wish would be socially acceptable for men?
Hmm. I think that socially acceptable is, let's say, depending on what you want to do in yourself. And also
Mm-hmm.
sometimes people classify men as less manly or less, you know, as a bit little bit girlish. But I think
Mm-hmm.
that's okay. In the end that we should actually accept everyone for who they are, and also everyone have their own choices in life for what they want to do. And up to now we can see that there's so many kind of trend in the industry that everyone can excel as in, depending on their personality. Even doesn't mean that you're a man you have to be really manlish, have to be rough or have to lift weights. That's not all about life. you know I see that a lot of men actually become really great, makeup artists, singers, all these kind of things.
All right. So since you are a fitness enthusiast, how do you influence people to live a healthy life?
For me, I obviously show my lifestyle. Despite a busy life as mine, a working life as mine, I actually manage myself to eat healthy food. Keeping the discipline to go to the gym, and also showing a good example. I've seen that a lot of doctors, I wouldn't want to say a bad thing about them, but some of them are really obese. They're not taking their health seriously. If you are not a good example to encourage your patients that they should keep fit, then how are you gonna convince them to have a healthy lifestyle? Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. So before moving on to our next question, let's have a shout outs to our viewers. So we have from watching Kjan Nak. Hello. And also we have G Gio. Awesome. Also we have from Prince Oliver Albarracin Serenina. Hi Benedict, you shout out me please.
Hi.
And then also we have questions from our viewers from Jenny Kalipara Sabit. So, hi Benedict Q, would you relocate to a place where you don't have any family and friends?
Uh, if I get a job, a chance to move to that place, I will actually look up to it and also have a very open-minded approach to it, because in the end of the day, as a doctor, we always get shifted around, outside of our home, to serve the patients, and also the human community. So I think for myself, I'm adapted to it as I actually study abroad. I'm hardly home at this all this time. So if I were to reallocate to a place where I don't have family and friends, it's fine for me. I can adapt easily.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Mr. Ben.
Yeah.
So we have another questions from our viewers from Prince Oliver Albarracin Serenina. You're so handsome. Question: how would you convince the judges or people that you should win as the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020?
Thank you, Prince Oliver. First of all, that I think one of my strong point to convince the judges is that as a winner of a Bachelor of Malaysia is one whole package. So you have to be, presentable, smart, and also outgoing, not just excelling in just one field. You know, you have to have a lot of different um, personality, so that I think that I actually fulfill the criteria. That's why I'm so interested in joining pageantry. I think I have the what it takes to win the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020.
All right. Thank you so much. So we have another question from Jenere Kalipara Sabit. What was the best phase in your life?
The best phase in my life is I think is when I actually graduated from college, university, when I actually become a doctor, because that's a very long um, sacrificial process. I have to study up to 6 years for that, non-stop every day. So when I actually graduated, I feel really, really, happy, and also finally I can actually rest for some time.
All right. Thank you so much. Another question. What do you think of your generation?
Hmm. I think that my generation is quite special. As to be honest, nowadays as the generation goes by, everyone just becoming smarter and smarter along the way. For the generation, especially mine, are like in the middle, the 90, 95. I would say we are in between of the, I mean, that moment when the economic is actually becoming better, and also we can see technology as well improving at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And also, yeah, so from there, I feel that my generation is actually really special because we're in that 1995. Because after 2000, everything has changed actually. Everything has become really modern. Now you see kids with phone. So that I think my generation actually gets to see how the past is like. For our parents, that kind of tough phases in life.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing, Ben. Tito D, do you have another question from our guest, to our guest?
Yeah. You are competing in Bachelors of Malaysia 2020. If you will
Yeah.
win in this pageant, what particular international competition you will be sent off?
Hmm. As for now, we don't have criteria for that because of the pandemic. Everything is not been settled quite well. But let's say if I win, of course, definitely I will represent Malaysia to join international pageantry as well. Maybe I have seen so many pageantry competition in the Philippines. Who knows? I might be going there next.
Wow. We
Of
hope to
course,
see you soon here in the Philippines.
yes, yes. You have to contact us here in the Philippines if you're going here.
Yeah, yeah,
Correct.
sure.
So
Do not hesitate.
correct.
So
Do you have
I
any
think
follow-up
I
questions?
better win the competition here. If I get a
Yes,
Yeah,
chance
you
to go
you
there.
must.
should.
How do you rate your preparation in this pageant from the scale of 1 to 10, wherein 10 is the highest and 1 is the lowest?
I'll rate myself in the middle of 8 plus. There's still a few little things that I'm not really well prepared for it yet, but I'm still working on it as the day goes by.
That's
Okay,
great.
great.
Yeah, because there is always room for improvement.
Yeah,
Correct.
there's always limit. There's no limit to your growth, as a person.
Yes, exactly. And you must win the title of BOM, Bachelors of Malaysia. So you
Yeah,
will be welcome
yeah,
here in the Philippines.
Yes.
yeah. I'm actually working really hard to make that happen.
That's
Well,
great.
let's
And
yeah.
we will pray for that.
Yes, we'll pray for that so that you can win.
Thank you.
Okay. Do you have any follow-up questions, Tito D?
See Jenna. That's
Hi,
all.
Jen. Hi, Jen. Do you have
Hi,
a
my
question?
hello. My question for you is if you will win tonight, why? Why are you the desirable winner for tonight?
If I were to win tonight, uh, as a winner, of course, I will accept it. And because I feel that when I'm on the stage, I'm actually able to show my personality really well. Able to catwalk, without making big mistakes, and also presenting myself at the fullest at that night. Especially the public speaking, I see that most people actually lose their marks there, but I think that's the most important part of the competition, because when you are having a public speaking at so much of audiences, you actually, not at yourself. Actually, you actually feel fearful. When you're answering question, you actually forgot what you are prepared for. But for me, I feel that I'm actually very well in control, so that if anything or any question are directed to me, I'm actually able to handle it well, and also give my best during that night.
Any follow-up questions, Jen?
So my follow-up question is aside from you, who do you think will be the winner or who is your greatest competitor in this Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 pageant? From your co-candidates.
Honestly, I feel that uh, honestly for me, I feel that all my candidates are actually very very well, prepared as well. So that I wouldn't say that I have a specific rival, but I feel that the most important thing is that I'm just focusing on how I'm actually going to win the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020. That's the most important part, because everyone has their own unique abilities, which I don't have, and everyone has their own way of presenting themselves. At the end of the day, we will have a few categorized winner, but the most important is everyone wants to win the main Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 title.
All right. Jen, do you have any other follow-up questions?
No, Jay. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you so much. So let's move on to our viewers question. So let's have another question from Prince Oliver. Hi, Benedict. You look great. Shout out me, please, again. Sorry, I lost my connection earlier. The question is, what makes you a man? And what instances feel you less of a man? So
Hi,
what?
Prince Oliver. Yeah, I was sorry that you lost your connection earlier. So thank you for the compliment just now. So what I feel that makes me a man is, how I present myself very well, and also instances that feel that I'm less a man. Sometimes I'm really shy in terms, when I meet uh, some difficult situation, so that I feel that when I feel that I'm less a man because I was so shy. But then at the end of the day, what's important is that I have my own personality and also how I display myself. It doesn't really matter if I'm a man, or a lady or a girl. That's the most important is how you want to live your life, and also how you want to present yourself out to the public.
All right. Thank you for sharing, Ben. So let's move on to our next viewers. So from January Kaliparasabit again. How would you describe your personality?
Mm, I would describe myself as open-minded. Sometimes I'm really quiet, Uh, also, I'm very confident when I'm doing something that I'm interested in, and also
Mhm.
not just that, but I'm also very, very, like very focused at the time when I'm focusing on something, doing something. I don't get easily distracted. Yeah.
All right. Thank you for sharing. So another question.
Yeah.
So where is your favorite place to relax?
Oh, that question is really easy. It's the gym. When I get worked up, full of stress in the hospital, at the end of the day, I just want to go to the gym, to get myself all relaxed up. It's the best therapy for me now.
All right. Thank you for sharing. So I have a follow-up questions for you. What are the three qualities you possess that would make you a great title holder?
The three abilities I have is confidence, leadership, and also knowledgeable.
All right. Thank you
I
so
always
much.
feel that it's so important to show the younger generations that as a good example where they should be heading in life next.
All right. Thank you so much. So we have
Yeah.
another question. In most states, today was a general election. How important do you think it is to vote?
Mm. I think that it's really important for everyone to vote because at the end of the day, you decide your state's presidential board. They are the people that's going to help your current state to improve in all the kind of difficulty you're currently having. To bring the state to develop the state to something even more modern. Uh, well, uh, having a well diplomacy and also having a certain good rules. Also make sure that everyone are very happy and not disappointed with the result. Of course, that everyone has their own opinion in the end, but what matters is that that leader should be someone that's very good, you know, having a great leadership, also knowing what he's doing. That's the most important.
All right. Thank you so much. So someone is asking about you if Mr. Ben is still single.
Uh, I'm currently actually I have a girlfriend actually right now, so that yeah, I'm actually taken.
All right. So that's
Yeah,
all. Thank you so much.
Oh.
yeah, yeah.
Tito D reacts about your
Sorry,
status of
guys.
yes. Sorry guys. He's not single anymore.
Sorry, guys.
Taken.
But we can share.
How long you been how long you been in a relationship, Mr. Ben?
uh, on and off, but the current one is quite long, about 2 years, because we been working and also studying together at the same time.
All right. Thank you so much. So another question. What is the best piece of advice you have ever received? It may either receive from your friends, families, or from your girlfriend, or anything. Anything you want to share with us.
Hmm. Um, all right, I see. So that question is actually very personal, but I feel that um, I will share my own point of view to everyone. As because I am someone who is very shy, I'm afraid that at times when what I post on social media will be judged by other people for who I am. But I receive advices from my people, my friends, my family, and also my loved ones. They tend to tell me that at the end of the day, you focus on what you want to do. You don't, you're not, you cannot please everyone in your own life. I mean, in this life, at the end of the day, you have to be happy and also uh, very um, happy with the decision that you made in your life and also the things that you want to do. Make sure that you dream about it and also you achieve them.
Okay, so thanks for sharing. So we have another questions from our viewers. So from Prince Oliver again. Hope you win. His question is, love life or win the title? What will you choose?
uh, that's a difficult question, but I would say love life because
Why?
pageantry is it doesn't reflect uh, it doesn't reflect your whole life. It's just a moment of life of who you are, to the public. But at the end of the day, your life matters as you have to live so long more until you die. That's why I feel
Mm.
that everyone should treasure life first.
All right. So if
But you can go
given,
back to your love life.
yes. Mhm.
Uh, you know, because I'm not married, so I would still choose pageantry for this.
Correct. So we have another question from our viewers. From January Kalipara Sabit again. What is your favorite color and how will you encourage people to like your favorite color if they hate that color?
uh, may I know what do you mean by color?
Yeah,
Color.
your favorite color. So what is your favorite color?
Oh, color. All right. My favorite color is actually orange, but
Mm-hmm.
uh, but but then when I wear my clothes, I always prefer dark colors or white, not orange. But orange has been a really special color for me since I was young. I just find it a really nice color to use every time when I'm doing my work when I was a kid. Yeah.
All right. Thank you so
Actually,
much. So,
it's really personal. It's a point of view, but I know people have a more desirable color, such as a blue, red.
mm-hmm. Yeah, correct. So let's move on to our next uh, viewers. So she have a questions from Sabrina Santos. Some people would say that having a girlfriend or partner means that you don't really qualify as a typical bachelor. And so, how do you respond to this?
I would say that as having a girlfriend or a partner, it doesn't mean that I'm you know uh, taken in life or I'm not married. So that it's not really official. It's not the official status that you actually put yourself in. So that I think that I'm still qualified as a bachelor of Malaysia because it's just a girlfriend and it's not my wife. I'm not married. Yeah.
All right, thank you so much. So, I have a follow-up questions. If you could go back in time, what is the one piece of advice you would give your younger self?
Actually, I will actually encourage myself to be more outgoing, and being less shy. Because in the past, I was a really shy person. I'm not able to speak out quite well. I couldn't present myself well at that time. Actually, if I were able to go back to the past, I would actually tell myself to live your life more.
All right, thank you so much for sharing. So, Here is a comments from Sabrina Santos. Anyways, good luck in your quest for Bachelor 2020. And thank you for answering
Thank
my
you.
question.
Thank you, Sabrina.
All right. So Tito D, do you have another questions?
Yes, please. This is my question to you. Since you are a doctor, do you see silver lining in pandemic?
Uh, I see some lining in pandemic.
Sir,
Yes,
silver lining.
silver lining. Do you see silver lining in pandemic?
Yeah, I think I do see silver lining in pandemic because you know at the end of the day is especially now in the COVID is actually really hard to control it. I think it will be established as one of the disease, permanent disease in the future until we have a really good vaccine to it. But at the moment, I think that we are just actually doing our best to minimize the infectivity rate because we never know if there's any new outbreak that's going to come in the future, which will make us in this kind of a situation again. Yeah.
But do you see any good things or appreciative thing in the midst of pandemic?
Mm, I think that one of the good things is people will learn how to appreciate life more as they are restricted to travel. Having financial difficulties, they will start to appreciate all the little things in life, which will help them to progress later on in the future.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's good. I went in Kota Kinabalu and some of the people there told me that some of the guys in Kota Kinabalu, they like also men. So this is my question to you. What is your view about
Hmm.
civil union of the same sex?
Hmm. I think that that's a very personal, point of view. But I think that as a person, we should be open, especially like in the current USA election that Joe Biden wins. He allows bisexual marriage, so that I
Yes.
think that everyone should accept this as a new normal because at the end of the day, everyone has their own opinion and their choices in life, and we just have to respect that person as one because after all, God made us all human, so we have to learn to love each another.
Yes, exactly. Thank you for
Yeah,
answering my question.
yeah.
All right. So I have a follow-up question to you, Ben. So since you are an enthusiast, fitness enthusiast, what is your favorite type of exercise?
Uh, I have a lot of favorite exercises, but I love doing bench presses. That's all everyone's most of the bodybuilders' favorite. They love bench presses. Yeah.
All right. So next question. What is one thing you would like people to learn from your social media profiles?
Hmm. I will actually encourage you to follow my lifestyle, say my fitness lifestyle, and also how my food as well, and also the idea that I show people how to improve your physique, or build your muscle quickly.
Mhm. All right. Thank you so much. So next question. Who in your life do you wish you had met sooner? Could be either a
Hmm.
celebrity or the president of your country.
Uh, for me, that question is a little tough because I really want to meet a lot of people in life. But I think that for now, I want to meet some bodybuilder, because
Mhm.
I really want to know how hard their life is, how they've been through all the difficulty moment, but still able to present themselves so well in the social media and also in the public.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. Next question. Would you encourage your daughters to be involved in pageantry?
Of course, yes, but nowadays that pageantry is a very famous competitions, ongoing in the whole world. But I think that when I encourage her, she should be prepared beforehand. Getting the right preparation, knowledge, and also her personality. Confidence. If you're not prepared for something and you just go and join it without knowing what it is, actually it's going to be a very bad outcome, because in the end of the day, when you don't do well, you start to hate it, and then you start to encourage people, or you don't join pageantry because of my own bad experience, which is really negative.
Mhm. Since you have uh, you have said that about the negatives about pageants. So how do you turn negatives into positive?
Hmm. At the end of the day, everyone has their own point of view, so that every time when there's something negative in pageantry, it's up to you. Like myself, I would actually address it and also face it and also give my opinion and also try to ask them what is so negative about this particular issue, and also encourage, also try to talk to them. Maybe they could change their mind and also stop the spreading of the negativity.
All right, thank you so much. So let's have a shout out from our viewers. So we have from Emmanuel Garcia. Hi, Mr. Benedict. Please shout out my name from Tarlac, Philippines.
Hi, Talak. Thank you for the wishes.
All right, so his name is Emmanuel Garcia.
Oh, sorry. Hi, Emmanuel Garcia. Sorry. Uh,
All right, so thank you so much. So let's move on to our another guest blogger. So Jen, do you have a question?
Okay, I have a question for you. So as a fitness enthusiast, how will you encourage us to do a lot of exercises or to love fitness, especially in this time of pandemic?
mm. In this pandemic, everyone will be at home, eating nonstop. Everyone will not really care about their physique at this time. But what's important is that you know that you're gonna live in your body for a very long time. If you don't take care of yourself right now, the chances of you getting diseases in the future are very high. You know, makes you have a very difficult life in the end. You get hospitalized a lot of time, have to be on medication. That's the very awful part about eating, without exercising. That's one of the very, very sad complication in the end.
Thank you. And I also have a follow-up question. So you mentioned earlier that you're from Sabah, Malaysia, am I right?
Yes.
So given the chance that the three of us, in what place in Sabah, Malaysia did you bring us?
Hmm. Of course, Kota Kinabalu, because it's the most, developed state in East Malaysia. You have a lot of things there. It was one of the best place to go actually. You have the pulau, and also you know, the the mountain, the Mount Kinabalu, where you can go hiking, and also the very nice city, and also the great environment there.
Thank you. I have another question. How will you promote Malaysia, especially in tourism, if you win Bachelor of Malaysia 2020?
Uh, of course, if I win, it's really hard for me to promote Malaysia as a tourism itself specifically. But when you get to win the pageantry, you get to go a lot of places. You show people around. social media. How is it like in Kota Kinabalu, Sabah? And also encourage them to come and visit. This one of the way that I think I can help to promote my tourism.
Thank you so much. Back to you, Jay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jen, for your questions. So we have questions from our viewers. It's from Sabrina Santos again. Using only three words, why should you be the next Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 and how would you influence others with your title?
Hmm. Three words. I think I said this earlier on, but it's okay. Leadership, also confidence, and also knowledgeable. So having these criteria, I'm able to lead my people and also the younger generation, and also show them that what is it to be like, as a Bachelor of Malaysia, as a really good example, especially when you show them you are capable of maintaining your fitness, also having a good knowledge, and also a
Mhm.
great personality, you know.
Okay, so thank you for sharing. So we have another question from Prince Oliver. What do you think is the relevance of pageantry in the world during this time of pandemic?
Relevance of page. I think that uh, pageantry in this world of pandemic is to encourage everyone to, you know, stay really, really focused, and also um, have your own desire to improve yourself as a candidate, you know, to have a great personality in terms of having a great social media in this pandemic time, because everyone are at home and you cannot really see a lot of people outside. So that I think that in this pageantry in this world during this pandemic is having a really good influencing social media. So you show people that your lifestyle, how is it like, how you adapt to this difficulty time of the pandemic.
All right, thank you so much. So I have follow-up questions for you. So aside from being the doctor and also um, just in case or if given a chance, you will win for this pageant. What is your what is your biggest dream aside from winning this title and also for having or for being a doctor? Do you have any biggest dream in your life?
Uh, uh, of course, I do, because one of my biggest dream in my life is to actually have a very enjoyable life. Meet more people and also improve myself as a person, as a whole in person, not just in my ambition and also not just the pageantry, but also how I, live myself as a person, to help the less fortunate as well.
All right. Thank you so much for sharing. So we have comments from our viewers from Sabrina Santos. Sorry I missed your earlier responses and thank you again for answering all our questions. Supporting Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 all the way from Brisbane. Wow. She's
Uh,
watching right now in Brisbane.
Brisbane,
oh,
Australia.
Yeah.
so
Yes.
Yes.
it must
So
be
thank you
really
so
tough for
much.
you to, the time difference. But thank you,
Yes.
Sabrina, for supporting Bachelor of Malaysia. We really appreciate it.
All right. So we have another question from Prince Oliver again. As a doctor, if you're going to use only one of your senses, which one it would be and why?
Hmm. I will say my touch, my sense of touch, because as a doctor, by right you need as a whole, especially hearing and also smelling and also your sight to see everything, to diagnose a person. But most importantly, I think in medicine is my touch. Because most of the thing that we have to touch your patient, because most of the doctor they don't really touch their patient, so they actually cannot, tell their pain. Because when you touch a person, you're able to share your connection, able to have a sympathy on them, and also address their pain, their side. Yeah. So that I feel that the touch sense is the most important.
All right. Thank you so much. So we have final question from Sabrina again. Here is her final question. If you could choose only one, would you choose to be smart, to be rich, smart, or handsome, and why?
Uh, that's a easy question. I would say smart, because when you're smart, you can earn more money, and also when you have more money, you can have a better life. That's all.
All right. Thank you so much. So Tito D, do you have another question?
Yes. You know what? I'm planning to go back to Kota Kinabalu. And by this time, maybe Jay and Jen will be coming to me. And I remember one place in Kota, the Jesselton Point, if I'm not mistaken. So, what
Yes.
particular island would you like us to bring?
Hmm. I would say the Pulau Sapi is a really nice and near Pulau, because it's a really really a clean place. Have a lot of features when you go for snorkeling and also diving, which is the most enjoyable part in that Pulau compared to the rest of the Pulau.
Oh, that's great. And here in the Philippines, do you have any particular place you want to visit?
Mm. Oh, I would
Jay
like to
and
go to
Jen
the
would
shop.
like, yes.
I would like to go to the best shopping mall in Philippines.
Oh,
Where?
Mall of Asia.
Mall of Asia, the biggest shopping center.
I heard that Philippines has really great shopping centers, way better than Malaysia's.
Mhm.
Oh, yeah, yeah. In Malaysia, I remember
Yeah,
your shopping mall there is Center Point.
yeah, yeah. No, that's the really sad one. No? Now we have
Yeah.
new ones as well.
And yes, and you have a new one on the latter part, near the Jessel Point. Am I right? Oh, it's gone.
So it's,
The connection has ended.
oh yeah,
Maybe
our
on
guest
him.
is having a internet connection problem also.
Yes. Maybe
So
he will be back.
yes,
Sa Mall of Asia.
yes,
Mall of Asia.
let's wait
Jay,
Benedict to
let's wait for
share her.
him.
Yes.
So, right, sa mga viewers po dyan, pwede po kayo magpa-shoutout muna while waiting sa shoutout po namin kayo.
Yes. So
Yes.
keep on commenting at the comment section.
Pwede, pwede po muna tayo magchikahan while waiting para hindi po kayo maboard.
Yes. Oh, di ba?
So
Bongga
siguro
pa pa.
nawala ng
Babalik
connection.
talaga tayo dyan.
True.
Mm-mm.
Nawala ng connection ng
So,
ating guest. So
Oo,
so
nawala
pag
again,
siguro.
pagpunta na,
nagme-message
pag
or okay.
nag-message.
So ayun sabi niya sorry my internet broke. So
Oh,
OTW.
na-disconnect.
So, he will be back in a short time. So
Yes.
let's
So,
wait at
commercial
commercial.
break muna tayo, guys.
Oo, mahina ang internet sa kanila, hindi kagaya sa atin. Hindi gano'n kalakas ang
Yes.
net nila.
Oh, and
Actually,
si Prince
shout
Oliver
out
Dolphin. Shout
shout
out.
out sa iyo, Prince Oliver.
Hello, Prince.
Hi Prince, thank you for watching and also thank you for supporting Pageant Trend and also supporting Ben.
Please, please click like and subscribe and pa-share na rin po ng live natin and also Pageant Red YouTube channel. Like, share,
Yeah,
subscribe, and comment.
sure. So we have another from
Hi,
Joey
Joey
Perez.
Perez.
Hello, Joey Perez. Thank you for
Hello.
watching.
Kindly
Paki
share the live.
yes, paki-include naman guys kung saan kayong bansa or lugar dito sa Pilipinas.
Oo.
Oo,
Kunyari, Mexico, Pampanga.
right. Ayan, si Prince Oliver, thank you for tuning in sa live session namin with Bachelor of Malaysia 2020. So there you go. Tawagin na natin ulit si Benedict
Yeah.
Yu, our guest. Hi,
Hi,
Ben.
guy. Hi. Sorry about that. It's just my internet problem.
Hello,
All
welcome
right.
back.
Welcome back to
Thank you.
Pageant Trend
Yeah,
again.
yeah.
So, Jen, do you have any follow-up questions? Jen?
Naka-mute pala yung... So, sorry, my mic is muted. So, my question for you is, how will you encourage people to visit Malaysia? What can you offer us? I mean, since in Asia, Malaysia is one of the country list for travel, except for aside from Thailand and Philippines, which is very popular. So how will you encourage the tourists to visit Malaysia?
So, Ben?
Nakahang siya.
I think Ben is having a hard
Uh,
time.
so
All right.
yeah, I'm back. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah. I
Okay.
think that
okay.
to encourage someone to come to a specific country for tourism is that the most important thing is to make the person feel welcome. You know, so that in Malaysia we have a lot of culture. They will see different kind of culture and races, which everyone have their own specific events and also celebrations. So I think that in pageant three, also Bachelor of Malaysia as myself. So when we compete, you get to see that different kind of races on the stage, and also candidates, so that it slightly give them idea on what Malaysia is like. Having a really multicultural place.
Okay, Jen.
Okay, back to you, Jay.
All right. So, let's have the reading of comments from our viewers naman. Sabi ni Joey Perez, hala, why so handsome, Sir Ben?
I really can't answer that question, but thank you so much for the compliment.
All right. For the benefits of our viewers, how old is Ben right now?
I'm 25 this year.
All right. So, Tito D, do you have any question?
Mm, regarding the food, what particular food would you like to offer us? Because I noticed some of the food or more of the foods in Kota are more on chili, isn't it?
Um, Actually, it depends on where you go, but I think that in Kota Kinabalu is you should try like the kadazan, the style of their food. We have this kadazan food that's really special in Sabah KK, and you're not able to get it even in Semenanjung, Malaysia. So that actually you guys should come and try, and also that we have a really good seafood here. Have a lot of selection as well, not just a spicy food. Actually, I think that when you took the spicy food is more in the town area. Yeah, actually, there's a lot of
Oh,
food here. Yeah.
but I tried the cake in Starbucks. You know the Starbucks, the
Oh yeah.
it's like a coffee shop near at the cinema.
I, oh yeah. Starbucks. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the cake there.
Oh,
Have you tried
actually,
that one?
yeah, I did. It's actually really good. But actually, there's a lot of better cakes in Kota Kinabalu. But most of them,
Oh,
are not in the town area, so it's really quite uh, difficult to get access to. But now we have Grab nowadays. It's really easy to go to places around Sabah. Especially, it's a really small place.
so you must bring Jay, Jen, and I there. The one that you
Sure,
are
sure.
trying.
Yeah, you guys can, yeah, sure.
Yeah, probably. Sure.
Yes, just because we are planning to visit Kota Kinabalu.
Are you guys gonna come for the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020? If the time is right.
Yes, but the time is right. Maybe we can visit someday Malaysia. And
I see.
hopefully, if given a chance to cover your pageant, of course,
Yes,
we'll
exactly.
do. Yeah, if there is an invitation, of course, and
We
if
would
there's a
we would
budget.
like to see you in the pageant.
Yes,
We'll welcome you guys.
we're looking
We will
forward.
support you.
Yeah,
Yeah, thank you, thank you.
we're looking forward uh, for this. So, Jen, do you have any follow-up question? Jen,
Hello, Jay. Sorry.
do you have,
What is the most important of what is the most important area of competition for you for your pageant?
I think the most important is the public speaking, or how I say, the indoor interview by the judges, because um, that's the most important part, because everyone, to me, that everyone can do catwalk as long as you do enough practices. But then for indoor judging, as in public speaking, it sometimes you cannot really practice that, because at home you're just speaking to a mirror. Maybe you're prepared for the question, but when you're on the stage, or when addressing your judges, it's all different kind of approach to it. So that I think that I should be focusing a lot on the speaking, because if you're not able to tell the judges or convince them of your personality on, or what you know, or what you should be, it's really hard for them to pick you as a winner, even if you're handsome and you can do catwalk really well.
Thank you so much for your answer. I'm very confident that you will win Bachelor of Malaysia.
yes. So again, I have a
Thank you.
follow-up questions for you, Ben. Do you think social media is a positive or a negative thing?
Depending on how you use it for, but until now, that I think that especially in this pandemic, the social media is one of the best thing in technology the mankind has ever created. So especially like now, we get to see and meet more people from another country. Especially like right now, you
Mhm.
get to do a video call, from all the way from Philippines. It's actually a really amazing thing, especially in social media, because people get to convince message fast. But if you're spreading the negative thing, then it could be something less beneficial.
All right. So follow-up question. Since this month is month of November is we are celebrating the Halloween. So what's the best costume you've ever worn for the Halloween?
Oh, I remember myself dressing as a pirate last year.
Pirate of the Caribbean, is that right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, so how about this year? Did you ever wear some
No,
Halloween costume?
no, because right now it's a pandemic. We cannot get to celebrate, so I didn't get to dress up this year.
All right. So thank you so much for sharing. And also, we are looking forward for you to win this pageant. And of course, he must practice or train more for you to be
Yeah,
more
of course.
confident
Yep, yep.
And also, as a pageant winner, of course, you must be spokesperson of the organization. So as we can see, with I think that you are 100% prepared for this pageant, right, guys?
Yes, he is so confident.
Yes. And
Yes,
Thank you, thank
agree.
you. Yeah,
and aside from having
yeah.
a good personality, of course, I think you are already a winner or a title holder.
Thank you so much. But of course, you know,
Exactly.
for myself, I feel that I have still have a lot of room for improvement.
Yes, correct.
Uh, because
So,
certain questions I still stumble. Yeah,
it's okay. There's nothing to worry about that. All you need to do is you have to practice yourself speaking in front of the mirror so that you can gain more confidence, of course, and
yes,
also um, uh, you need to what do you call this? You need to be more attentive. But of course,
I see.
for us, you're a winner already. So
Thank you. Oh,
do you have any last message or message, guys, to our guests? So let's have Tito B muna.
Of course, I'm so thankful to have you here on Pageant, Ben. Thank you so much, Ben, for the opportunity. And of course, good luck to your journey. And we are here to support you in the Bachelors of Malaysia 2020. Do not hesitate to contact us.
all right.
Correct.
Thank
So,
you so much.
all right. So, Jen, any last
So my
message?
message
Okay.
so my message for you is I know you can still improve a lot and I believe that you have a big chance to win the Bachelor of Malaysia and I'm looking forward to that. Good luck and God bless you always. And thank you so
All
much
right.
for
Thank you.
spending time with us.
Yes, despite of
Sure,
having
sure.
hectic schedules, so we
Yeah.
understand that being a doctor is not an easy task and a and you
Yes.
have a big responsibility to save more lives, right?
Yes.
So despite of pandemic crisis. So again, do you have
Yeah.
a message to your fans and supporters, Benedict, and also promote the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 and also your social media account, so where they can follow you.
Thank you everyone for also listening to our broadcast. I think that everyone should really stay strong until the pandemic is over, so that everything can return back to our own old lives again. You know, we get to travel and then enjoy ourselves again. So I really, I'm really happy if you guys can actually follow Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 and also stay tuned to the latest news, as I think we have more candidates coming in and also different kind of activity going on. And also, you guys can check out my Instagram as well. I think Jay will leave a link down in the comments or in the description in the video below later on. I'm really happy if you guys can follow me. I will definitely reply to your messages as well if you guys personally message me.
All right. Thank you so much, Mr. Ben. So, guys, please follow and like his social media accounts like Instagram. So you can search it at Benedict Q sa Instagram. And then also for the information of everybody or FYI, the Bachelor of Malaysia grand final was postponed. So due to pandemic. So we are still waiting for their further notice kung kailan ba magaganap yung Bachelor of Malaysia 2020. But still, the other contestants or candidates are preparing for this big pageants. So let us continue to support the Bachelor of Malaysia 2020. And of course, don't forget to support our guest for tonight, Benedict Yu. So that um, he can gain more more confident and also more fans and supporters um, throughout his journey. So again, like and follow his social media account, like Instagram, Benedict Q. So search nyo lang sa Instagram, Benedict Q. And also, syempre, don't forget to follow us and like on our page, sa Facebook page naman, Pageant Trend, and also sa Instagram naman, at Pageant Trend, and also sa YouTube channel, just search Pageant Trend. So, like and subscribe na. So, before we end our live session for tonight, so I would like to thank my co-host, bloggers, Tito D, and also Jen from Philippine Pageants for accepting my invitations, and also our guest for tonight, Mr. Ben or Benedict Q, for accepting my invitations to conduct an interview session regarding with his pageant journey. All right. So thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, and don't forget to support again Benedict Q on his pageant journey as Bachelor of Malaysia 2020 finalist. So again, thank you so much, guys, and have a nice eve. And don't forget to wear your face mask kapag lalabas kayo ng bahay, and also wash your hands. Okay. So thank you so much, and have a nice eve. Bye.
Bye. Thank you so
Bye.
much.
Bye. Bye.